The point is,
Yes.
in specific detail, or rather, did Mr. Ruyter report in specific detail, or did he make generic statements to say, I've got problems? Because the nub of the issue, National Commissioner, is fundamentally that issues were reported, but there was no action taken. So there's a long laundry list of things, which some of it Honorable Hadebe alludes to. So I think it's in specific detail. With what did Mr. Ruyter report and what action was taken? So I think that's where we are.
Thanks, Honorable Chair and members. No, those details were never reported at that meeting, and neither to me. To me, he raised the matter of, the only matter he raised was that of Mr. Matsila Koko, that he's aware there is a case, but we seems to not to be moving or doing anything. Hence, I did make some move. I inquired from, also while I was talking to the head of the DPCI, I also asked him about that case. But those other ones, no. To me, no. He never mentioned to us that. Thanks. But the other ones will be dealt with by the head of DPCI. Thanks.
Okay, let's get the Hawks, because the issue was that Brigadier Berger was the one designated. He came back and said the information relayed is with the Hawks. So I think that's where let's hear the Hawks out to follow the chain of events.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I think that the two questions on the first one, whether Section 34(1) meet all the reporting requirements. All what I can say at this stage is that a report in terms of Section 34 has been made to the DPCI a day before he appeared before the SCOPA. And then whether the report complies with the requirements of Section 34, it is an area that one have got to be careful when you talk about this publicly, because there is already another case that was reported before that there is failure to comply with Section 34. So there is this allegation of failure to comply with Section 34 by somebody else. And now there is a report that has been made. So we wouldn't like to answer as to whether it complies with the requirements, because these things will go and on the table of the NPA to decide as to whether the content of what we are having here satisfy the NPA. So at this stage we can only say that there was a report, but whether it is in line, we want to wait for the NPA to come and test the content of the files. That is one. The issue of whether the Hawks is in position of the information that shall have been raised. The information that came to the attention of the DPCI is what is contained in the report that has been made to us. It is the same report that has been submitted to the committee, which we have been provided copy. We have been comparing notes of what has been provided to us in terms of the report and what has been submitted before the committee. So more or less is the same document, which I said that it's only the heading that shows that this one I'm reporting to the DPCI and this one I'm reporting to the committee. The very same statement which indicated the fear of not wanting to divulge because of certain things that the complainant may be afraid of saying it in a document form as advised by others is the same report that we are having. So the content Obviously, we will be investigating what is contained in the report, but we will not divulge how we approach this, the investigation, but the information we have, we are working on that since we have received the information. So there will be the follow-up regarding the affidavit, so that the information that is provided under oath. So that is part of the requirements that we will be following. Thanks, Chairperson.
Okay. Just for clarity, the statement that was submitted to us by Mr. Ruyter, I had forwarded to, so that they could have sight of what Mr. Ruyter had placed before us. So just to clarify the point that the General is making. Right? Are there any other responses to the questions that Honorable Hadebe asked? All right, Advocate Mtibi, just let's get the responses in total. Advocate Mtibi.
Honourable Chair, thanks. As Honourable Hadebe indicated, just for the record, he asked specifically whether SAPS or SIU or Hawks are in possession of this information. From the SIU side, specifically, we also do not have the report or information provided or as allegedly provided by the former CEO. Thank you.